demonic rituals, angry cryptids, secret castles, and a dead boy on a bridge.
This is the tale of the infamous Clinton Road. Join us. So I'm excited to share this story because Weird New Jersey is a serial magazine that a lot of us grew up with, and they compiled a lot of these stories from these magazines into a Weird New Jersey book. And one of the most infamous urban legends to come out of that book is the story of Clinton Road, because over the years it's attracted almost everything related to the paranormal, from ghost Camaros, a ghost castle, Satan groups, hate groups, an urban myth about a dead boy under a bridge, and even mob murders as well. Panda, have you ever heard of Clinton Road or no?
No, but I have through you, and that's why I'm pretty excited to get into it today.
Awesome.
You've been talking Clinton Road up quite a bit, and let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Well, I've been myself on a lot more less active, we'll say, haunted Pine Barrens roads in New Jersey, but I've never been on this one, which is more on the north side, closer to New York City. So, path untread. West Milford, Passaic County. One road has spawned more rumors and tall tales by far than any other thoroughfare in the state. Clinton Road in West Milford. Clinton Road seems to strike terror into the hearts of those who travel it. This rugged 10-mile stretch of deserted road right off Route 23 in West Milford is so rich in lore that it has attracted late-night visitors for generations. Where else can you find Satan worshippers behind every tree, sacrificed goats, and chickens littering the woods like leftover barbecue, and black trucks chasing innocent teenagers over dark, pothole-ridden roads? Rumors of bad vibes have been floating in the area since it was first settled. In 1905, J. Piercy Crown wrote about the woods just beyond the Clinton Furnace.
It was never advisable to pass through the 5-mile woods after dark, for tradition tells us that they were infested with bands of robbers and counterfeiters, to say nothing of the witches that held their nightly dances and the carousels at Green Island, or even the ghosts that then made their appearance in such frightful forms that it was even more terrifying to the peaceful inhabitants than wild animals or even the Indians that often passed.
You know, I didn't notice this when I was younger, but reading that now, a lot of urban myths that you hear are passed through maybe around the 50s, 60s, 70s, beginning around that time through word of mouth. Not often do you hear someone from 1905 saying, like, no, there's something up with this place.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
That's true.
So even
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, this was before there were ghost Camaros driving around or trucks. This is in 1905 when someone said, no, something is off. And now, years after that point, there's still something going on there that people can't contend with. The stories that sightseeing sojourners have brought back with them of their adventures are sometimes harrowing, often terrifying, and always intriguing. Many of these tales of midnight joyrides may seem unbelievable, while others leave one wondering just where truth ends and an overactive imagination begins. So what's going to come after this are a lot of stories that people submitted to Weird New Jersey talking about their experiences on the road. The Boy in the Woods. My friend lived in West Milford right off Route 23 and across from Clinton Road. We used to play in the woods behind her house, and we would pretend that someone was chasing us. The strange thing is that sometimes we would turn around and actually see someone chasing us. It was this dirty-looking barefoot kid.
Yeah, that's so scary as a kid.
It's
Just
frightening.
see someone turning back and just getting chased. Holy crap.
It is. It's scary when you're a kid, but also you're more receptive to paranormal events when you're younger. Now that I'm older, I think back and I'm like, wait, was that a dream or did that actually happen? And your mind is so open then that you might even go along with something strange like this happening to you. It might still frighten you, but it's just like, it seems more believable when you're younger. If that happened to me right now, I'd be like super conscious of it, obviously.
That's true, actually. The only paranormal experience I've experienced in my life that truly was not explainable was when I was like 6 years old.
Oh, absolutely. I got tons of those. He would chase us all the way to the edge of the woods, but he would be gone by the time we got to my friend's swing set in the backyard. We never know who he was. We always called the boy Jackson White, although I don't know where we got that name. K-E-M. The Man in the Woods. About a mile up Clinton Road, we pulled over so we could get out. and walk around. With flashlights in hand, we made the journey into the woods. I was leading this bunch of ghost hunting explorers when I saw a man about 20 feet in front of me. He was about 6 feet tall, with black pants and a red jacket, and he was staring right at me. I looked back, and my friends were not paying attention to the weirdo ahead of us. The one thought that went through my mind was, what the hell is this guy doing in the middle of the woods at 2 o'clock in the morning, staring at me? I can never remember being that scared before in my life. CJ, you know, there are a lot of strange people walking around these New Jersey wooded areas. My one buddy was driving around with his dad when he was younger, and on one of the pathways, someone in all white, not a garb or cloak, just all white tracksuit almost, far out in the woods in New Jersey. Like, no one was out there. There weren't any homes for miles. He just walked across the road and didn't even acknowledge my friend and his dad in their car. He just kept going. And then, like, faded in and out into the woods. So there's just some strange people.
Really?
Yeah, there's just, like, strange mystical elements to the woods in this state, I swear.
You know, people say you gotta fix the water in Flint, Michigan. You gotta fix the water in New Jersey, it appears, because people people there don't seem quite right in the head.
Well, a lot of them were the cranberry bogs, where they would, I don't even know what the term would be, farm cranberries from the water, and you got to taste that. Maybe that makes you trip out real good. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Plus, you guys have Jersey Shore, so no wonder.
Yeah, that's where
you
that
have
came
weird
from.
New Jersey.
It induced the psychosis that was the worldwide phenomena of Jersey Shore. Just a little invisible levitation, some good old pagan sacrifice. For quite some time, I practiced Wicca, along with my following of LaVey and the Lex Satanica. Ooh, the Wiccan in me always drew me to strange places in order to find others to bond with. I spent many nights near and on Clinton Road. I first went there in order to see if there was a spiritual significance to the area, and boy, there was. I proceeded to build a shrine to use in my practices. I won't go into all the rituals I practiced there, but there were sacrifices and spells cast. 7 of us used this site, 5 who dwelt on Clinton Road. Sometimes we would walk just off the road, near the bridge, and practice levitating, casting invisibility spells, possessing dogs, and other stuff. This person is just admitting to animal abuse. Many times we would stand on the bridge, cast barrier spells, and people would go by and never see us. At night, we would stand just off the road and call forth apparitions and see if others could see them. Sometimes cars passing by or people checking out the place would see some of these manifestations and run home like the wind. What a dork. I do not want to reveal everything we did on the road, but I felt that I should let everyone know that most of the stories you hear are only the beginning of really what goes on in there.
Okay, dude, I gotta say this person is a complete loser, dude. Okay, dude, the part where, like, we're casting barrier spells and these people didn't even see us. I guarantee those people driving past, it's like a family, and like a dad and his son's like, son, when you're older, don't do drugs, otherwise you end up like those freaks on the right side of the road.
Listen, I'm not someone to suspend disbelief when I read the paranormal because I have a lifelong interest in it and I love it. But this person who wrote that segment and submitted it definitely looks at themselves as an anime character, like casting all these like levitation spells. And then when you see them, it's just definitely some overweight person with pimples who's into Wicca and like getting a bunch of sticks together and burning them. It's just like, and also the combination of Wicca and Anton LaVey Satanism doesn't even make any sense, but I'm glad that they enjoyed themselves.
It would make sense why an overweight Wiccan witch would want to practice levitation. It's because they can't walk because they're too fat.
There you go. Clinton Road, not a joke. I've been a resident of West Milford for practically my entire life. I have a lot of eyewitness info on Clinton Road. The first and most important fact is that this road is not a joke. Many of the stories you hear are not rumors. In fact, most of them are true. However, every story does have exaggerations. The facts are that many dismembered bodies are found in the woods off of Clinton Road. True. Cross Castle did exist, and if you go to the wrong place, you will be chased. The KKK does have gatherings there, and there is Satan worship. The strange animals are there, and though no one knows what they are, many people have a theory that some of the survivors from jungle habitat have interbred. So all in all, if you're going to check out Clinton Road, be careful and be smart, or else you will be the next tale. Ooh,
What's jungle habitat? Is that like a spooky place or something?
I'm not sure. I tried to do my homework on that, and I wasn't getting as far as I felt in the time I was spending on it. But maybe it was just a a crazy asylum for people next to a zoo. I don't know.
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, seriously. The Clinton Road cop. Wow, this place was scary. We got a flat in the center of the 10-mile road. When the cop asked what we were doing, we lied. We asked why he was on such a scary road. He's a police officer. He's doing his job. His reply was,
I'm only out here because I have a gun.
That's what a policeman said to me in Philadelphia one time. Spirit souvenirs from the inner circle. I have actually taken 3 trips to the castle. The first time, we found the castle by accident. We wanted to see if the rumors were true. I will tell anyone, never go there. She said she saw something in her head, a little boy being stiff and slaughtered. We decided to get the hell out of there. We realized that my other friend had dropped his wallet on the trail. We were around 11 p.m. I was nervous about going back, so the other people headed without me. My friend once again started gagging. We drove to our local diner and noticed a bruise across my friend's neck, so they just got attacked by the placebo effect before getting to the Clinton Road. That's so
this guy just had hay fever.
Yeah, he's had a breakdown.
Yo, I'm being choked.
He had cranberry bog fever. Clinton Road makes me sick, literally. About a month ago, my sister, her husband, my boyfriend, and myself decided to take a ride down to Clinton Road. We started from Route 23, and it was around 12:30 a.m. I can't exactly explain the feeling I started getting. I don't know if my imagination was going wild, but my sister, my boyfriend, and I started telling my brother-in-law to turn around. I felt so scared and sick to my stomach that I couldn't even breathe. It was an oppressive feeling, like just pure evil. And I definitely believe that something would have happened if we had just kept going. Just another person taken away by hysteria. You gotta at least get out there first, you know what I mean? Partying across Castle. We would tell people that Jackson Whites would cut a tree to block the road. Then when you would turn around, you'd find they had cut another one down. That's when they would get you. So that's a popular trope in a lot of these weird New Jersey stories, especially in these albino villages. They would say that you could get caught on a bridge because they would cut down a tree when you're about to cross over the bridge, and then when you throw your car in reverse, they cut another tree down. And then they either attack you, rob you, beat you, kill you. So, I mean, it's got to have its origins from somewhere, right? Chance at Clinton Castle. We parked the cars, got out, lit a fire, and drank some beer. It's a great Clinton Road country song. After a half hour, we began to hear chanting and chains rattling. One of the girls started to go into a seizure.
It must be the Wiccan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of our weird friends that's always submitting stories to Weird New Jersey went into a seizure. 3 of us tried to move her, to no avail. It was like she was nailed to the rock. Then the chanting stopped. The girl came around. We all looked at each other like, what the hell is going on here? Satanic scripture puzzles wrecking crew. A demolition crew came in and destroyed the castle, and all that remained was the basement. On the walls were old satanic scripture. This baffled the demolition crew because there did not appear to be any entrance to this area of the castle. I think that's interesting that someone would
I kind of like the vibe of this one. It's like a secret room.
Yeah, a secret room with a bunch of satanic writing. Beware the grayish-whitish wolf with red and yellowish eyes. I never thought that my first trip to Clinton Road would be horrifying. As we were turning, in the bushes appeared to be a grayish-whitish wolf with red and yellowish eyes. Later on, no joke, my friend told me about his first trip where he also saw a grayish-whitish wolf with red and yellowish eyes running into the bushes.
You're just attributing every single color in the rainbow to the wolf. Like, yeah, the grayish, whitish, like bluish kind of wolf with like red, yellow, gold tinge eyes. You know.
Yeah, beware the pride dog of West Milford Road. Yeah. The floating dog. One legend states the Cross Castle rebuilds itself every October 30th, and the KKK sacrifices a goat. Wow, he spared no expense in that one. I get scared every time I go down the road that leads to that area. Because the one time I went down there, a strange figure chased our truck out of Clinton. When I got a good look at it, I screamed and told my friend to drive faster. It was a dog of some sort, but it was floating, not running. I think that's incredibly interesting because I went on a back road in New Jersey once on one that has a legend like this. It's Carranza Road, and a car not only followed me out of the woods there and tried to chase me down, it went as far as where I lived, probably 25 minutes away, and it stopped following me when I turned into the neighborhood I lived in. So it followed me for a good 20 minutes right up to my bumper with my friend in the car as well. And we were trying to lose it too. So you will get followed on a lot of these roads. If it's teenagers having fun, I don't know. Could be, but could be something more nefarious. Who's to say? Is there anything not in the woods of Clinton Road? One night, my sister and her friend were driving down Clinton Road when my sister's friend says, "What is that?" My sister looks, and there was a monkey. They were both freaked out. Monkeys aren't common to West Milford. No, they are not. The hellhound of Clinton
they're
Road.
not even common to the continent. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, I never been out of West Milford, but I could tell you, there ain't no monkeys around here. After once through this 10-mile road, nothing had happened. So we went back and checked out a dirt side road. Nothing was around except for dense woods. It felt very eerie, and the trespassers will be shot on sight sign did not ease my mind. That's when I noticed something walking toward our car. All 8 of us saw the same thing, an animal of some sort. We went 60 down this off-road with this animal on our back. Finally, we got back on Clinton Road and got pulled over by a cop, and the animal disappeared. People say it's a hellhound or the Jersey Devil. All I know is that it was not human. Cross Castle, the unholy edifice. Castles seem to have always inspired the imagination. The Cross Castle is no exception. Built by Richard Cross in 1905, it looked like something out of a fairy tale. Its walls were 3 stories high. A fire destroyed the wooden part of the structure, leaving the walls intact as a place where hikers, teenagers, and the occasional Satan worshippers could congregate in its abandoned state. The ruins of Cross Castle would become the stuff of legend. For some, it may have just been a place to party. For others, it was a place of pure evil. In 1988, the Newark Watershed Commission deemed the remaining structure unsound and knocked down the walls. You can see the remnants of the concrete today, but the castle on Clinton Road will live on local lore and Weird New Jersey mythology. So that was a blurb by the writers of Weird New Jersey about the castle that did exist on Clinton Road. Never get out of your car on Clinton Road. Cross Castle, which used to be off Clinton Road, had dungeons where many bodies were found. Satan worshipping was active around Cross Castle, and the KKK was also rumored to be active in the area. Never get out of your car, especially at night. It is definitely weird. So that's something to discuss in a lot of these Weird New Jersey stories, and the same for Carranza Road that I mentioned earlier, is that if you go back far enough, you'd see weird spots where the KKK would gather or Satan worshippers would gather too. So this is probably a common theme in a lot of urban myths in the woods.
You know what I don't understand about Satan worshippers? Why do they have to gather at like the most busted, rundown spots? If I was a Satan worshiper, why not just do it in my apartment where it's like nice? I got nice IKEA couch. I got snacks for my fellow worshippers. Why do you have to do it in like a creepy castle?
You make a good point. There was a Netflix show I watched recently that had to do with Satan worshippers infiltrating a small town in Ohio, or they were always there. But he lived in a mansion, and he would do all of his rituals there. And I thought that makes a lot more sense than going to some place where you don't have a lot of control. But maybe, as our fellow Wiccan said, there's a lot of spiritual energy here that's beneficial for such rituals. The writings on the wall at Cross Castle. I had a friend who lived near Clinton Road. He used to take me on May Day and Halloween's Eve to spy on Wiccans practicing in the areas near his house. It was a nice afternoon in 1977. We decided to get our packs, a tent, and a rifle to spend the night up in the woods. I took a journal along with me. When we came upon the castle, we were amazed, as always, at how it stood out in the woods. We entered it and were shocked to learn that someone had put up 2 huge boards with words spelled out in red paint. The nature of the writing intrigued me, so I copied down what the walls proclaimed, and my friend snapped a picture. The journal stayed in a box until 6 months ago, when after my wife's death, I'm sorry to hear that, I was going through everything and read it. I went to a local bookstore to match my journal with the Lex Satanica. What was once scribbled down in my youth was now revealed as one of the writings of Anton LaVey of the Church of Satan. I concluded that the tales about Clinton Road were seriously understated. The Satanists who practiced there were not a joke, but a local grotto of people using dark forces to bring forth their evil reign. Now when I go to Clinton Road, I look at everything in a different light. Scott. So this is just a public service announcement for everybody listening. Anton LaVey's Satanism is rebranded flamboyant atheism that's just meant to be a countercultural form of rebellion. There's no worship of the figure of Satan in there. It's more of a worship of yourself. There's very little actual satanic worship cult evidence out there. When you talk about someone like maybe like Aleister Crowley, Goethia, stuff like that, I think that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. So that's when I see
what is the Lex Satanica? Is it like a grimoire or something?
I think it's Anton LaVey's book. It's like their Bible essentially for the Church of Satan, which was started in,
because the only ones that I know are the Keys of Solomon.
Yeah, and that's from Aleister Crowley, and that's actual like communion with, we'll say, spirits, actual forays into demonology. The Anton LaVey Church of Satanism has very little to do with actual spirituality or the paranormal. They actually don't even
it's
really
more
believe in
so flying spaghetti monster aligned.
Yes, exactly. So when people say it's more of it only exists as an inversion to belief. Really is what Anton LaVey's Church of Satan. It's kind of just an astroturfed religion that started on the West Coast. So that's what bothers me. It's like they're using these dark powers for nefarious reasons, and I think to myself, well, that would be kind of awesome. It would be like, a fiction story of sorts, or maybe Warhammer. You know what I mean? Crazed cultists like using the paranormal. It's not that interesting, unfortunately. It's usually just a bunch of people like drinking and pretending to do a ritual. And then when you're talking about actual communion, maybe some of it is Wiccan or like more pagan, nature-focused cultish religions. But Anton LaVey's Satanism is so corny. It's so corny. Small change. If you ever decide to travel down Clinton Road at midnight, stop at the bridge by Dead Man's Curve. As the story goes, if you sit on that bridge and throw pennies into the river, the ghost of a young boy will throw them back to you. I love stories like this because this is an all-encompassing urban myth. You can find this at a lot of local towns and cities that have back roads where there was someone that died at a bridge, and if you do something at a certain time, something will happen to you. And it usually does involve change, leaving a quarter, driving away, paying some type of homage to where you are. Years before any of us heard about the road, a boy was challenged by his friends to stand on the bridge as they drove to Route 23 and back. Unfortunately, by the time the friends returned from driving to the highway, they found their friend dead. Another rumor of Clinton Road is that if you throw a penny into the lake, the next morning the penny will be on the road. Supposedly there was a kid that drowned there trying to get a ball or something, and the kid is supposed to appear at night and pick up the penny and put it on the ground. My friends and I decided to find out for ourselves what is true and what is not. We went to the bridge and threw a quarter off. Not but a minute later, you hear the bloop, as if you dropped the quarter in again. The water filled with ripples and a child's reflection appeared. I flew back to the car. That scared all of us. Dina, West Milford. And one more on the Ghost Boy. Ghost Boy pushes you into the lake. The story I heard was that a little boy was hit by a car and killed on the bridge when he went to pick up a quarter he saw on the ground. The legend is that if you get out of your car and stand on the bridge, you will see a quarter drop. And if you bend down to pick it up, the little boy will push you into the lake to save you from being hit by the car. Oh, so he's a benevolent little boy ghost. That helps. At least he doesn't want to kill you. The Clinton ghost kid doesn't want your quarters. Oh, he might have a bad... He has two sides. I threw a quarter off the edge and we drove away. On the way home at 11:30, we passed over the bridge and stopped because Mike wanted to point out the kid's name on the side of the bridge. Just when he said the kid's name, a quarter or something metal was thrown hard against the window of the car. Ghostly Camaros.
Carjacking?
This girl was racing down Clinton Road toward Route 23 in her blue 1988 Chevy Camaro. She slammed right into the cement divider on the sharpest turn on Clinton Road and was killed instantly. If you tell someone else the story of the accident while driving down Clinton Road, you will see a blue 1988 Chevy Camaro drive by. This is like a scary Hey Arnold episode. If you ever saw any of those, like they had a Halloween special episode or the Birdman one, They were terrifying and sad at the same time, but there was a train Hey Arnold episode that really scared me when I was younger. When my friend saw Vince told me the story, we saw headlights in the distance, and when the car passed, we made it out to be the Camaro. Ghost Rangers patrol the forest. Hanging out at the old castle was great. Much further up the road on the right, there are trails that go up the mountain to a lake called Terrace Pond. The pond was crystal clear and great for swimming. We were camping one night around 1 a.m., and 2 park rangers noticed our fire and walked over to us. They were concerned about the fire, drinking, etc. We asked if our vehicles would be okay where they were, and asked if they would be ticketed. They said they were fine and no ticketing would be carried out. In the morning, we ventured down the mountainside and approached our cars, and they had 2 summonses per car. They're getting ticketed all the way out in the West Milford wilderness. That's like the Philadelphia Parking Authority.
Just a meter cop, like, yeah, you can't park there.
Yeah, he just appears out of nowhere. Yeah, you can't park there. I'm sorry, I have to write you up for this. It's like, where did you even come from? West Milford Police and Newark Watershed authorities approached us, and we asked them about the park rangers, and they looked bewildered. One of the Newark Watershed authorities replied, "What did these park rangers look like, and what were they wearing?" We described their appearance, and the authority told us that there were no park rangers patrolling the property anymore, and the 2 men we saw that night were killed on patrol in 1939. Anonymous. So there's a lot here. I mean, you have the ghost castle, you have the ghost kid, you have the possible ghost dog / cryptid, you have the monkey, you have the Wiccans, you have the Satanists, you have the KKK, and there's more stories about mob hits there where the infamous Iceman, who's a nationally known serial killer, was also dumping some of his bodies here as well. Because a lot of these people were driving back and forth from New York City and Atlantic City, and this is somewhere you could pass between those 2 places to dispose of a body. But I love the story of Clinton Road. It just seems so unbelievable how much it happens there and how many people have claimed to experience something there. I have to go for myself someday. What did you think?
I liked it. It's like a good amalgamation of stories.
Yeah,
I really would have liked to see more satanic stuff.
Yeah,
just to get more into like the rituals, because that's what really excites me. Like seeing what they expect to get out of these rituals. But overall, it's a good vibe. It's like one thing I was thinking of is like how energies gain momentum in certain areas.
Yeah,
you know, it's like if you have a road that has like a couple murders happen, you know, and people know about that becomes like the road that, you know, has the couple murders on, and just because of that history, maybe more spooky stuff happens, and it just compounds like a snowball, you know.
Yeah, it gives it a spiritual notoriety, and then it builds up over time, and then more people go there and they manifest more spiritual activity. And also other people go and nothing happens to them, but they still got so worked up they swear something happens, as we saw in some of those stories. But I think what I like a lot about this is obviously one of my favorite paranormal stories and locations, but also that they throw in the story about the ghost boy on the bridge, because that's just entrenched urban myth. That story, that's something that's kind of inherent in a lot of different cities across the country. There's also stories of, you know, if you keep your car still and put it in neutral on a certain road, it'll get pushed up the hill by a group of kids who were killed by a bus in a bus accident. You know, so they're pushing your car away from railroad tracks. And then if you check the dust on the trunk of your car, you'll see that there's kids' fingerprints on it. That's a huge urban myth that's in a lot of cities. So that ghost boy on the bridge reminded me of that as well. So Clinton Road is cool because enough has happened there too that's been recorded that it kind of lends credence to a lot of the more fantastical stories here that are more paranormal in nature. And the fact that Cross Castle, which was a real place, existed at one point but got torn down, kind of just adds to the mythos of all of it. So I really hope everyone enjoyed it. Clinton Road, awesome place. Hope to go there someday.
So that's it, guys. The infamous Clinton Road. I enjoyed it. We have another story cooking up for you guys coming in maybe 3 or 4 days time from now. But listen, if you guys have any other stories that you want us to tell, feel free to leave a comment and let us know what story it is.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.